Welcome back to 20 Years to Doom. I'm Temin.
I'm Coffee.
I'm Red.
And we've got some new enemies to discuss.
Yes.
Here we have Mr. Mancubus, known internally in the game files as the Fatso.
Really?
Wait, it's actually the Fatso in the game files?
But when I was a kid, I called him D-Mom, because that was the sound he made when he would fire. Just, D-Mom.
Yeah, okay, I can see it.
Yeah.
That's what my parents called him, and that's by extension what I called them.
Okay, I would say 3 stars is pretty apt. They're almost a 4. It really depends on what weapons you have, but because this is Doom 2, 9 times out of 10 you have a super shotgun, so they're not a problem.
And part of it is the environment you're in. If you're in a tight area, in a corridor, with one at the end.
Yeah, there's no escape from that.
That's like a 4 or 5 star enemy then.
Then it becomes a projectile war, really.
Fun fact, their projectiles are actually so fast that sometimes they actually clip through walls.
What?
No way.
Oh, God! Jesus!
Kind of sucks because something about the way the speed works on these things, let's say on one frame they're behind the wall, and on the next frame they have an intended next position, and that next position is behind the wall instead of, because its speed is if you're following what I said, hopefully that made sense, but
it did. It's almost as if they're teleporting incredibly oh god.
I'm going to just say I know what you just said because they went over my head because I'm
let me just let me just bring up god.
You missed the Spider Mastermind because it had babies.
Yep.
Robotic babies.
I didn't miss it that much, but...
Well, there's something special about these that makes them equally as painful as Mancubi, and that's that they also have a plasma gun.
I'm not quite sure on this. It's changed recently, but I believe in the 90s, the correct plural of Mancubus was Mancubuses.
Was it Mancubi?
No, but people have just adopted that because it sounds more correct. But
like Nice instead of mouses.
Yeah, I guess so. Nice.
Why do they have green plasma bolts? I want green plasma.
I don't know. Apparently, this is a weird fact. The projectiles for both the Arachnotron and the Mancubus shoot are both in Doom 1. They're just never used anywhere.
Huh.
Yeah, it's a bit strange. And also, other weird fact, I think at least part of the Mancubus's fireball sprite was photoshopped into the Lost Soul sprite.
Whoa.
Not quite sure how that works.
So you're saying...
Well, I could see the red fire trail that the Lost Soul sprite has being part of that.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're saying that the Lost Soul moving around is actually a Mancubus projectile?
Yeah.
It's a sentient Mancubus projectile, specifically.
What if they were meant to shoot Lost Souls out of their arm guns?
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Jesus.
That would be... Oh, man, I kind of want to see that now. That'd be pretty metal. They're shooting... It's a skull gun.
Imagine a world where there's an enemy that can just shoot lost souls. Could you even imagine such a scenario?
Yeah.
That's almost as crazy as a world where we had a green plasma gun and those Spider Masterminds had blue plasma guns instead. Sorry, mini... whatever.
They're
Spider babies.
Arachnotrons. So that was dead simple. I believe that was by American McGee. Kind of a nice little mini-boss-esque level. But
oh, hello.
Now we're on to Tricks and Traps by Carl Sanford J. Peterson, as signified by the trillions of cacodemons in this room.
Yep, it definitely passes the Peterson test.
Yep, got it in one room. Well done, Sandy.
Yeah.
The question is...
So I'd say I know this map well, except that I don't really remember any map particularly well, or I'd be able to beat it. But I do remember being here and not liking it.
In keeping with tradition, I now I kind of want to know your guys' familiarity and origin stories more or less for Doom 2.
Okay, well, I'd say that I could probably recognize every single Doom 2 map. Maybe I've already said there's one I don't remember, but I doubt that.
This one, I
So,
don't know, this is probably going to sound boring, but Tricks and Traps is probably the one that sticks out of my mind the most. And there's
That's fair.
And then there's another level that I don't know if I should bring up now or when we get there.
I think you
when we
should save
get there.
it.
I'll save
Yeah.
it, but I have a very bad history with it, and we'll go into detail when we get there.
All right. Speaking of bad history, oh God!
Yes!
Here we go.
Yes!
Now you're
Not
using
gonna
the
waste ammo on these suckers.
You're using the chainsaw correctly. Thank you.
Yeah, anytime.
There we go.
You've ended a bad luck streak by actually using the right weapon and the right monster for once.
There you go.
You've corrected your karma.
So,
Everything will be fine.
Coffee,
now.
I know you say there's like you have a preferred use for each weapon on each enemy.
Yeah.
Where does the super shotgun fall on that scale?
The super shotgun just falls into, do I really want to deal with this right now kind of gun. It just just removes everything in the room.
Executive order.
Oh.
First thing I got to do with the BFG is kill shotgun guys.
No, great.
Telegram from the President of the United States. Dear Doom Guy Esquire, please use BFG on first enemy, whatever.
But yeah, I feel like I interrupted you, Coffee. Did you have more?
Yeah, I had more to say about my preferences on the guns.
Well,
Mostly
hold on, because there's a new enemy coming up real quick.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Sorry.
It's more or less.
Oh God.
No.
Conversation is difficult.
Yes.
I hope it's a really cool enemy.
What?
Like,
I didn't know you could do that.
Well, you can. It's that lurking behind the secret in the shadows, we have this phone.
no, it's the complete opposite of a cool enemy.
Oh no.
So,
In fact, it's just a food item.
So, I don't know. I know we mentioned an enemy that shot lost souls would be kind of cool, but
Yeah, this
I
is
didn't
not.
think. But
They totally fucked it up.
Yeah,
so,
0 out of 10, Ed. Come on.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to clear that encounter. Just BFG it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the pain elemental's attack is just to shoot lost souls, and then when they die, spawn up to 3 more lost souls.
I have a theory on what inspired the pain elemental design. Outside the obvious.
Go on.
I like to imagine it was designed after an actual meatball that John Carmack just happened to have at the end of his fork.
And it just happened to look exactly like a pain elemental, which is really gross to think about. There's an eyeball in it and everything. Oh, yes!
Yes.
Sorry.
Biffage. Top tier biffage.
Wow.
Biffage!
Wow.
Although we're not quite there yet.
But
Yeah, close enough.
But yeah, as I was saying about the super shotgun, if you don't have anything else to say.
Go for it. We just gotta watch this monster in fighting.
Alright.
Alright.
The super shotgun seems to be the kind of gun you use on everything that's not a zombie, man.
That's fair.
What? Why wouldn't you use it on a zombie?
Because
Although-
two shotgun blasts is a waste.
Yeah,
on zombie
that's true.
men.
What
Yeah,
if there's a lot of zombie men?
yeah, that's kind of what I was gonna say. Like, if there's like a group of 4 or 5 on,
If they're
like,
all
bunched together,
If they're
go
all packed together in a giant wad, then yeah, I'm just gonna let off a big blast.
Yeah.
At the same time, that's like saying, why wouldn't you BFG a single zombie man? Come on.
In Timid's
Overkill is the only kill.
defense, that thing's good for clearing out hordes.
Yeah, kind of.
So, speaking of clearing out hordes, I believe that there is an improper way to deal with this room.
Oh yes, you're right. When I was a kid, I would just go in guns blazing with the rocket launcher of all things, trying to kill all of them. And you know, I played on I'm Too Young to Die, so it worked, but that's not really a viable strategy these days.
No, I imagine it isn't.
It's kind of my experience with that room as well, mainly because it never occurred to me to attempt to use monster in fighting in that room.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why.
Also, well, you've done well played, use BFG now.
Good manipulation of the BFG's mechanics.
Is the weird way that it acts.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm complimenting your BFG skill. Then again, I never really used a BFG outside of Cyber Demon or bosses. So.
I'm kind of really too familiar with Doom 2, so I know that there's plenty of ammo and stuff. Also, that trap. Oh God. So that bridge
that
lowers.
Killed me a few times.
Yeah. If you don't make it to the exit, you're just gonna die in the pit. There's no way out.
Into Sandy City.
Yeah, this is a weird track. Now that I think about it, it's like the only Doom track that uses the harpsichord MIDI instrument.
Oh man, I hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah, of course, Sandy Peterson's map music would use something obscure.
Yeah. But yeah, this is a strange map. The gimmick is there's this hub with a giant pit in the middle and 4 branches off to the sides, and I don't know, you have to traverse the pit many times. Hence the name The Pit.
It's not a bad level, it's just in the middle.
Yeah, it's weird and very memorable, especially for the song, because again, harpsichord.
Yeah, this is the only time this song's used in the game.
I actually quite like it.
Yeah, it's alright.
So we have 2 Kegademons. We're not quite there yet.
Yeah. Just in fight for a bit.
Yep, just gotta let them leave them to their own devices.
This, fast forward is the best invention for video editing, to be honest.
Yeah.
Imagine if we just had to jump cut every single time a thing happened that we didn't want it to happen. What a terrible age that would be to live in.
We just went through that age.
Anyway, I'm trying to think of what this map would represent in real life, because apparently the oh yeah, I should talk about Doom 2's origin story.
Ooh.
So
wow, go for it. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. So once upon a time, id Software made a game called Doom and made millions of dollars off of it. And publishers GT Interactive wanted to make some dough off of selling a retail version of Doom. So they called up id and made a contract and said, if you make Doom 2, we can make a ton of money off the retail crowd. And John Carmack was, working on new technology at the time, so the other id guys kind of immersed themselves in other Doom engine projects, and so they figured, why the heck not? Let's do a Doom retail version, and then they made Doom 2.
All right, that's pretty cut and dry.
Yeah.
That's not exactly as exciting as I thought it would be, but hey.
Well, it's what I know. I'm sorry.
Then again, developing stuff and shit like that's rarely exciting, so.
Yeah, they can't all be piston green via Wolfenstein. But yeah, this Mr. Pain Elemental's having a little problem. He's a little constipated.
No, I'd say he's got.
I think it's just stage fright.
No, he's got some severe hiccups going on.
Oh,
he just can't get the lost soul out, and he just ends up having severe burning sensation.
Just a lost soul stuck in his esophagus.
Yes.
That must be the Pain Elemental hurt sound. That's what their hiccups sound like.
Oh God! Could you imagine having a lost soul just stuck in your esophagus?
It'd be like heartburn, only 10 times worse.
Well, yeah, and also because you would have another skull inside of your esophagus. That would be pretty painful. And it would have horns. That's the worst part. And, well, other than being on fire,
But yeah, what was happening with the Pain Elemental there is, basically, there's a limit to how many new lost souls can be spawned into a map, and that limit is 20, I believe. So if there are 20 or more lost souls already in the map, then the Pain Elemental just can't do anything.
Good for him.
Good.
Yeah.
And then Source Porter said, let's remove the limit, and then, the current state of Doom.
There's no limit where we're going.
The current state of Doom.
Yeah. I believe some custom maps use the Pain Elemental constipation to certain effect in certain mods.
Mm-hmm.
Like they'll have the Pain Elementals be inactive, and then once you go over a trigger line, it'll crush some lost souls in a remote part of the map so that the pain elementals properly activate. It's interesting.
Oh, that's neat.
That's some interesting wizardry right there.
Yeah. Yeah, people come up with some inventive solutions for Doom Engine things.
I was thinking more along the lines of changing the actual code of the pain elemental. Like, if a lost souls is tempted to be spawned and cannot be spawned, it'll instead shoot a projectile.
Wow, I learned something just now.
What's that?
I didn't realize how big the BFG's AoE was.
Yeah.
It's pretty friggin' massive.
Yeah.
A 40-degree cone is not that big until you realize that the end of the cone is pretty huge.
Yeah. But to be fair, it's not as effective in distances.
Right.
So yeah, I had this, I don't know, while you were all talking about the pain elemental, I just kept imagining the pain elemental has to ask when the zombie man to pull the lost soul out. And the zombie man gets killed in the process because of how fast the little shit is flying.
No.
So zombie men are like disposable dentists.
Yes.
You know, speaking of, well, kind of, the pain elementals, the other Doom enemy that people like to cutify, along with the Cacodemon.
Yeah, I mean they're the same shape. They're based on the pain elemental is the one that I said was based on a thing that I thought the Cacodemon was based on. The Beholder. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the pain elemental has the same sprite base as the Cacodemon. I'm not 100% sure on that.
It's got the same texture.
Yeah, same bumpy
skin
texture. Yeah. Kind of a palette swap with a few pasties on it.
By the way, is the pain elemental's explosion, does it damage the player at all?
Not in this version of Doom, no.
It's more like an implosion, really.
Actually, I went AFK for a little second, and I had to jump cut.
Wow.
But yeah, this is a weird room. You have to drop into the pit for this bridge to raise, and then you go across the bridge, and I hope you knew about this.
Ladies and gentlemen, Final Doom.
So I'm pretty sure that this is one of the few times where I was able to, beat you to a room in Doom, and it was probably because you were AFK at the exact same moment, and it didn't end well for me.
I wouldn't imagine.
How much I hate chain gunners and groups.
Those chain gunners have mad DPS, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's, as we mentioned, that's really where they're a pain, is when they're in large quantities, because, God, all the hit scam.
Yep. Also, another strategy for pain elementals is just to get straight up into their face, because if you're too close, they can't actually launch a lost soul at you. So if
it can't spawn the lost spore. Yes, the lost spore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Figure out what that looks like. I don't.
An extra tiny lost soul.
Yeah. All right.
Sure.
I don't know. Or MS Paint lost soul. I don't know.
MS Paint lost soul. There you go.
So this room's actually kind of neat.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's got nice 4-pointed star. Yeah,
maybe those demons were sitting up on that cliff waiting for a show to start or something.
Yeah, a demon concert, but that's the end for now. Next time, more Doom 2, but final thoughts, gentlemen, on the pit, pain elementals, whatever?
I don't know. It sticks out in my mind as an unusual map with a pretty memorable song, but other than that, I don't know. It's there.
It's kind of...
Thanks, Sandy.
It's kind of there as well for me, because I don't know, I just don't really have any real opinion on it. It just kind of, it serves a purpose. That's all I could say about it.
Yep.
Well, alrighty.
Filler Doom.
The end.